Welcome. Let me ask you a question that I want you to really think about. If you are retired, or if you are looking at retirement right around the corner, what is your absolute number one priority when it comes to your money? It is protection. It is safety. It is knowing with 100% certainty that the money you worked 40, 50 years to accumulate is going to be there when you need to pay your electricity bill, your property taxes, or your healthcare premiums. Lately, I have been getting so many questions from people in your exact stage of life asking about a peer-to-peer lending app called Lenme. You see the advertisements online promising massive passive income. They say, be the bank. Lend your money to everyday people or back it with cryptocurrency and earn high interest rates while you sleep. And because traditional savings accounts or certificates of deposit might not be giving you the massive growth you want, you start to feel that fear. That fear of running out of money before you run out of time. You start wondering, am I missing out? Is this the secret to boosting my monthly retirement income? I want you to look at me right now. No, you are not missing out, and today we are going to do a major reality check on Lenme. We are going to go through exactly how it works, the hidden dangers that nobody else is telling you, and why this specific type of investing could be a catastrophic mistake for your retirement portfolio. Let's break down what Lenme actually is. It is a digital marketplace, an app on your smartphone, that connects individual borrowers who need fast cash, anywhere from $50 up to $5,000, with individual lenders like you. As the investor, you get to choose who you lend money to. You look at their profile, their financial data, what the app calls a Lenme score, and you decide what interest rate you want to charge. On paper, it sounds beautiful, doesn't it? It sounds like you are cutting out the big corporate banks and pocketing those high interest rates yourself. But here is the question you must ask yourself before you place a single dollar of your hard-earned savings into a platform like this. Who is borrowing money on an app like Lenme? Think about it logically. If a borrower has pristine credit, a rock-solid income, and a stable financial life, where do they go when they need money? They go to a traditional bank, a credit union, or a major credit card company where they can get prime interest rates. People turn to peer-to-peer microlending apps when they cannot get money through traditional channels. They might have low credit scores, unverified or erratic income, or an urgent cash crunch because they are living paycheck to paycheck. When you invest on Lenme, you're acting as a subprime lender. You are stepping into the shoes of a bank, but without any of a bank's institutional protections, legal teams, or massive cash reserves to absorb losses. Let's talk about the single biggest fear every retiree has when they hear about lending money: default. What happens if the person you lent $500 or $1,000 to simply stops paying you back? If you buy a treasury bond, it is backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. If you put your money in an FDIC-insured savings account, it is protected up to $250,000 per depositor, per institution. Do you know what happens on Lenme if a borrower defaults on your loan? You lose your money. Period. The platform does not reimburse you. There is no federal insurance backing your investment. Yes, the app might try to send the loan to a collection agency, but as anyone who has ever dealt with debt collection knows, you cannot squeeze blood from a stone. If the borrower does not have the money, you are left holding an empty bag. Now, some of you might say, but Susie, Lenme has a new product where the loans are backed by cryptocurrency. The borrower puts up Bitcoin or Ethereum as collateral, so if they don't pay, I can just liquidate their crypto. Oh, let's talk about that. Cryptocurrency is one of the most volatile, unpredictable assets on the face of this earth. It can drop 10, 20, 30% in a matter of hours. If a borrower defaults during a massive crypto market crash, the value of that collateral could plummet way below the amount of money you lent them before the platform even has a chance to liquidate it. Do you really want your stable retirement income tied to the wildest, most erratic roller coaster in the financial world? Absolutely not. You also have to look at the costs of doing business on these platforms. Lenme requires a paid monthly or annual subscription just to use their services as a lender. They also sell separate machine learning algorithms and tools to help you predict risk. So, before you even earn a single penny of interest, you are already losing money to subscription fees. When you factor in the high probability that a certain percentage of your loans will default, plus the cost of the platform fees, your actual net return might be far lower than those glossy advertisements claim, all while you are taking on an extraordinary amount of risk. So, what is your actionable takeaway today? My executive decision for you is very simple. Avoid peer-to-peer microlending apps like Lenme entirely for your retirement portfolio. Do not look at them, do not download them, and do not let the fear of missing out tempt you into risking your financial security. If you have extra cash that you want to invest to generate passive income, you keep it safe, secure, and predictable. Look at short-term certificates of deposit where you can lock in a guaranteed rate of return with absolute FDIC protection. Look at high-yield savings accounts at rock-solid institutions. Look at United States Treasury bills or Treasury inflation-protected securities. Are those investments exciting? No, they're incredibly boring. But in retirement, boring is beautiful. Boring means you sleep soundly at night knowing your money is safe. Boring means you never have to worry about whether a stranger on an app is going to pay you back your own money. Your money is your freedom. It is your peace of mind. Protect it with everything you have, and never risk the money you need for the things you cannot afford to lose. You can do this. Stay safe, stay smart, and secure your future.